Hello everyone, this is DJ Skimmets from Twin Tier Sports, and I'm with Peter Behan, a Corning Hawks swimmer. Thanks for being with me.
Thanks for having me.
Tell me how this all got started, Peter.
Well, I started swimming in my 7th grade year on the modified team for Corning, and joined the varsity team 9th grade. And for the past 3 years I've been swimming during the winter and for the varsity team, and I've loved every minute of it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So what are the events that you do? Tell us the types of swims you do.
I'm mainly a freestyle sprinter, the 50 and the 100, but I also swim when needed. When my coach asks me to, I swim the 500 or the 200. I swam the backstroke once this year, and whatever I need to do. I try and stay away from the butterfly. I'm not very good at that, but mostly freestyle. It's usually my event.
Okay, so swimming, for some of the people out there that may not know how that goes, that's a team sport. There's points accumulated. It's not just all individual, right? It's a team sport.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so you did say that you do fill in.
Yeah.
Do other swimmers do that too to round out the team sport?
Oh yeah, of course. We have a great team for Corning this year. We had lots of depth in the team, and there were swimmers that could swim any event needed. Devin Lee and Jared Faber and all the guys from the team could swim any event and do really well in it, and that's probably one of the reasons why we were so successful this year.
Well, that leads me right to the next question. Let's talk a little bit about the season. How did it go overall?
It was a great season. It was probably the best so far. We had a winning season. We were 4-3, I believe. We had great finishes in all our invitationals. Great finish at sectionals. We were runner-up behind Ithaca, which was a great accomplishment because Ithaca is such a good team, and Section 4 is such a great section, and to come second there is just unbelievable. We were so happy about that.
Congratulations. Tell me a little bit about individually, how did you do this year?
I did really well. I was very proud of how I did. I broke a good amount of records. That was my goal going into the season. I also had a huge goal to make it to states in at least one event, and I ended up going in 3 events. I made it to the 50 at the beginning of the season at Ithaca Invitational, and made it to states in the 100 here at home against Horseheads, and then our relay made it to states during sectionals.
So tell me a little bit about some of the records. I've been following you a little bit out there on Facebook. The Corning Hawks have a great Facebook page, and I was following you. So tell me about the records.
I broke 2 records at UE Pool. I broke 1 more at Main Endwell. I broke, I think, 3 team records for Corning and 2 pool records. I think that's it, but it's kind of hard to keep track of.
That's not a bad set of records.
No,
now, you're only a junior, so you're coming back next year. So what do you look for next year?
To do better in states. I finished 7th overall in the 50 free this year at states, and I want to finish at a better place next year in the 50. That's my main event, so that's really what I'm going to be pushing for. That's
an admirable goal.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your parents. How they helped to develop you and keep you focused?
My parents have been absolutely amazing throughout my career in swimming. They're always so excited about me swimming. They're from Ireland, and Ireland isn't really a swimming country. And me swimming really gets them excited because they don't really understand the sport. My dad especially just loves coming to meets, loves the atmosphere, loves watching me race. And they've been really supportive. You know, when I have a bad meet or a bad race, they say, you know, you've always got next time. And they keep every newspaper clipping, every timesheet. They put in a big book. You know, they just love the fact that I did so well this year. And
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great. Do they make a lot of noise?
Yes, they do.
You can hear them?
Not while I swim, but I can tell that they're cheering. I could say I see them sometimes when I look up while I breathe, and they're jumping up and down. They love it.
That's great. Tell me a little bit about how your coach pushes you and develops you and gets you better.
My coach friend and my assistant coach Cicillo have pushed me so far this season. You know, I spend about 15 to 20 hours in the pool per week during the season, and they're here every day. Giving us new workouts, new schedules and everything, and they know exactly what I need to do to get those good times that I want, and without them, I wouldn't have done anything that I did this year.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
When you're doing your training, is it all in the pool, or do you do running or weightlifting? Tell us a little bit about what goes into the training of a good swimmer.
Well, at the beginning of the season, we start out with a lot of dry land to try and build up our strength, and then we focus on swimming throughout the middle of the season. Around Christmas time, it's pretty much all swimming, up to 10,000 yards a day. So dry land is mainly the only other part that we do. We do some weightlifting on Saturday mornings sometimes, but pretty much it's swimming, dry land, and weightlifting. That's pretty much it.
So you say dry land, does that mean running? Or what does you
dry land
you
is
can't swim on the floor?
Well, it's abs and push-ups and more abs
Okay.
and more push-ups.
Okay,
So.
I got it now.
Yeah.
With all the time you spend in the pool and all the dedication to the sport, how do you balance school and swimming?
It's tough because I'm taking a lot of high classes this year, and they need attention as well as swimming. And with my high goals for swimming, I still have to take time out of that and apply some work to the school because it is important. And you know, it's like I said, it's one of the most important things to me. So. And without a good education, you're not going to go to a good college, and so on and so forth. You know?
Absolutely, that's well put.
Yeah. So balancing it, you know, I just try and get as much homework as I can without falling asleep on my books. But
has that ever happened?
It has not. I've fallen asleep on my computer before, but not my books. But
let's talk a little bit about the future. Have you looked at any schools? You're only a junior, as we said, but have you looked at any schools?
I've been looking around. Haven't really noted down any school particularly, but there have been a few that have caught my eye. You know, they have good programs, good business program. I'm planning on majoring in business.
That was going to be my next question. So,
yeah.
So you're going to go for business.
Yeah.
Will swimming be a part of that?
I'm not sure yet because swimming is such a time-consuming sport. It requires so much attention, and I want to focus on academics while I'm at college. So it depends, you know, if the coach at the college would realize that academics also play a major part in college and would let me take time out of my day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What tips could you give to a young swimmer? Hopefully some young swimmers will watch this. What tips could you give to somebody that's maybe, you know, in 5th or 6th grade or just starting the sport?
It's all about that extra yard you do in practice. You know, when we have 10,000 yard practices, the only thing you want to do is just stop and lie down and go to sleep for a while. But, you know, you just got to, what I tell myself is do this yard and then do the next yard and do the next yard and do the next yard. And after a while, that builds up and you've got 10,000 yards done. You can go home, eat a burger, whatever you want, go to sleep.
Did I hear eat a burger?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, burger was a big thing this year.
We'll talk to your coach about that.
Yeah. Devin Lee eats a burger before every meet. And so burger was
So diet's not important for you guys? You're all slim and trim here.
Well, as a swimmer, you can eat a lot and still swim well. But yeah, diet's still important.
Let's touch briefly on the mental aspect. You were talking about 10,000 yards. I have no idea how many laps it is up and down the pool, but it just sounds like a lot. Yeah. So how does the mental aspect, how do you keep going?
It's tough, but our teammates and our coaches push each other, and that's probably the biggest push from the swimming side, because without that push, you know, we wouldn't be able to keep going, you know, and also the swimmers from around the area, Mike Klugo from Horseheads, Patrick Leslie from Horseheads, Ryan Nicholson from Ithaca, they're all extremely good swimmers, and they pushed all of us in practice. We did Mike Klugo push-ups where we would yell out names while we did push-ups to get us to do even more push-ups than the hundreds that we'd already done before that. So, you know, our teammates, our competitors, our coaches, they all push us and get us going as hard as we can.
So let's talk a little bit about the day of the meet, before the meet. You're in school. Do you find it hard to concentrate? I ask this question all the time with student athletes. What do your teachers think?
Well, my teachers all know that I swim, and I try and just relax. I listen to relaxing music throughout the day in school, and then on the way to the meet in the bus, I try and get pumped up and get excited for the meet. But during school, I'm just trying to be relaxed as possible, focus on what I need to focus on, and then in the evening I can focus on the swimming that I need to do.
Any nerves when you're on the starting block?
Oh yeah, definitely nerves. I got the shakes, and I'm so excited though. It's a mix of nerves and excitement. I'm always ready to go.
Well, it sounds like you've got a great future ahead of you. You've got a great head on your shoulders. You're balanced the school and the sport well. I wish you all the best of luck. I'm sure we'll be talking to you next year.
I hope so.
Best of luck, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.